There is a realm behind what is physically visible. This is the 7-Minute Daily Focus, day 53 of 365. Today's focus: governing from the unseen. There is a realm behind what is physically visible. It is quiet, it is structured, it is decisive. It is the unseen field where causation begins. To govern from the unseen is to direct from cause rather than react to effect. It is to approve deliberately before appearance speaks. It is to stabilize inwardly before circumstances organize. Pause for a moment. Return to the unseen field. Sense that causation does not originate in front. It originates behind. Effect stands in front. Cause stands behind. Most attempt to manage life from the surface. They attempt to rearrange fruit while neglecting the seed. They attempt to silence the echo while ignoring the voice. This is reaction, not governance. Governing from the unseen means directing thought. It means approving structure. It means holding alignment long enough for sequence to unfold. It means choosing inward order regardless of outward reports. The unseen is not abstract. It is not fantasy. It is not speculation. It is the primary field of actuality. It is where belief authorizes physical form. It is where focus stabilizes direction. It is where approval becomes blueprint. When governance is established behind, organization must follow in front. When authority is held inwardly, appearance must align outwardly. When sequence is honored in the unseen, translation proceeds in the visible. To govern from the unseen is not to deny the physical world. It is to understand its role. The physical world stands in front. It reports, it reflects, it echoes what has been approved behind. Therefore, when reports fluctuate, return behind. When circumstances shift, stabilize the unseen. When noise increases, strengthen inner clarity. Because causation is never in front, it is always behind. Governing from the unseen cultivates composure, not passivity. Composure, an active steadiness rooted in sequence, a deliberate certainty anchored in actuality, a refusal to let effect dictate cause. This is leadership at its purest level, not controlling others, but directing self, not rearranging events, but authorizing structure, not reacting to echoes, but strengthening the voice that creates them. The one who governs from the unseen is never hurried by reports, never destabilized by delay, never confused by fluctuation, because sequence is understood. Cause precedes physical effect, without negotiation, without exception. Consider how every decisive shift in your life began invisibly. Before a conversation altered direction, a position was formed inwardly. Before a commitment was spoken, approval was granted silently. Before movement occurred in front, choice was stabilized behind. The unseen always precedes the physically visible turn. Governing from the unseen, therefore, requires vigilance of thought, not passive thought, but deliberate awareness, because every repeated inner agreement becomes structural reinforcement, every sustained perception becomes directional force, and every unchallenged assumption quietly drafts future physical form. If the unseen is neglected, appearance begins to dictate emotion. If emotion dictates reaction, reaction reinforces disorder. But when the unseen is governed, emotion aligns with sequence. Reaction dissolves and direction becomes intentional rather than accidental. Think of a captain steering a vessel. The passengers see only the horizon, but the captain reads instruments, depth, wind, current. The unseen forces determine the course. So it is with your life. If you navigate only by what is physically visible, you drift. If you govern from what is unseen, you steer. The unseen is not fragile, it is foundational. It is not subject to fluctuation, it is the realm of pattern, of law, of sequence. When you stabilize identity behind, expression aligns in front. When you hold certainty behind, physical effect must correspond in front. The one who understands this is not shaken. The one who understands this is not shaken by delay, not discouraged by silence, not inflated by applause, because the governing pattern has already been chosen behind. When inward governance becomes habitual, outward alignment becomes predictable, not because life is controlled externally, but because causation is directed internally, and directed causation inevitably produces ordered effect. Without negotiation, without exception, the unseen is where direction is chosen. The unseen is where identity is stabilized. The unseen is where approval is granted. And what is approved behind must stand physically visible in front. Affirmation for day 53. I govern from the unseen. I direct from cause. I approve deliberately. I stabilize the seed. The metaphysical governs the physical. What I order behind stands physically visible in front, without exception.